podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't want to take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines and stuff.
Welcome to the 22-Minute Podcast. My name is Wes Evertson. Today is Monday, December 9th, 2024. And I'm sitting here with Mike Finley.
Hey, guys.
There he is. Yeah, he's back. Told you. So shut
I'm back just
up.
like he said I'd be.
Yeah, shut up, nobody.
Yeah, all of you.
Yeah, all of you people who aren't saying a word. Yeah, and then I did miss Friday as well because I ended up working a double. And I mean, I could have released one at 10 p.m. or something, and why not? I don't know. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, again, if people listen to this, it's not like the way I listen to podcasts anyway. Like, even if it is a thing that relative to a day, release it at 10, and that almost feels like more personal. It's like, oh, I'm getting this at the end of the day. Like, you've already gone through your day. I'm getting your whole day. I'm feeling that from you, and yeah, and all the shit that's happening before comes with you, and so it feels more distinct in a certain way. But ultimately, I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. But
Did you, on Tuesday, did you read your Wikipedia page?
Of who?
Yours.
Oh, my own Wikipedia
your
page.
Own Wikipedia page.
If I had one, I mean, I have an IMDb, but it's not like there's a bio on there or something.
There's no fun facts.
No. So that I only bring that up to say if I had a Wikipedia, it would probably only reference my IMDb, which doesn't say anything.
It's just a link.
Yeah, it's just exactly. And then the only thing I think that's the thing is, like, not all of the productions I've worked on have cared to.
Oh, sure.
To put in that. I guess I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
But do you have to have like a premium account in order to edit?
No. Well, maybe because I know that just like everything else, like because someone made my IMDb, someone who worked on one of the shows made my page for, or I guess they really just there's probably a process where you don't have to actually make a page. It's just more of like you're adding someone as a credit.
Yeah.
And then it kind of probably populates a page for you. And so he just spelled my name wrong and whatever. And so I went to IMDb and I just was like, I need to correct this. And when they asked, like, how do you know this? I was like, well, that's me, And so they fixed it or whatever. But that's obviously different than adding credits, I guess. So I might have to. I don't know. I don't care enough to definitely go through that.
It's funny. I also have a IMDb page.
Oh, really?
Whenever I did. Was it 60 Minutes 2?
Oh, yeah. See, that's
fucking 8th grade. Just randomly, my whole family has an IMDb
absolutely,
page.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of cooler than having reality TV credits. So, yeah.
And I'm like the 7th Michael Finley.
Right. That's kind of funny, too. Because, they have to put the original Mike Finley at some point. But then I guess that, honestly, IMDb is pretty good at distinguishing Mike and Michael.
Yeah.
If Mike Bean, Michael Bean. I don't know that there's a Mike Bean, but,
Right.
Maybe in porn. Mike
I hope
Bean.
So.
Mike Bean and his girlfriend Cindy Potatoes.
Look at those knackers.
Look at those potatoes. I'm glad you remembered that. On this show, we call breasts potatoes.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so it's the 9th. It's December 9th. On this day in 1997, Tomorrow Never Dies is released. Yeah, it's interesting because I guess you can have, even as like a one person growing up through a couple decades, you can feel a personal, I don't know about connection or just more of like, oh, that's my James Bond,
Right.
So I imagine if you were in your teens or whatever, and then in your 20s from like the 60s to the 70s or the 70s to the 80s, you're like Sean Connery, Roger Moore, both, or like Roger Moore, a little bit of Timothy Dalton, whatever.
Timmy D.
I really don't know the gaps in the history of like the years of those movies, but yeah, we got a full snout of Pierce Brosnan,
100%,
and then we got to enjoy Daniel Craig. So it's like they're both my James Bond.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though we were saying before the show, like, again, I'll have to go back and rewatch. Which one was it?
World Is Not Enough.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and rewatch that one. But
this one, I think, is 100% my least favorite.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Brosnan
Yeah.
And then, well, I remember like whenever Die Another Day came out, like I saw that in theaters, and it was James Bond, and it was goofy, but you had Halle Berry as one of the Bond girls.
Right.
So
No, I do remember. Yeah, I remember being entertained enough. And was that the one with the villain who was like he couldn't feel or whatever?
That's The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, well, maybe that is the one that is okay.
This one like has diamonds
me.
in his face because
No, that is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I need to rewatch both of them because I'm not distinguishing those. So I
he's like
should
a
go.
Chinese ambassador or something.
Uh-huh.
It was like a little kid or a young man. Then like diamonds blow up in his face, and he gets like well, no, maybe somebody else gets facial they think he's dead, but he gets facial reconstruction surgery to look like some other white guy.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
Yeah, that's very
something along
convoluted.
them lines.
But I love, when you get into a world, whether it's James Bond or whatever, you kind of want it to be convoluted.
Yeah.
Because you're into it. I was just talking to our friend Jones, texting her just about like, here's the thing: if the Harry Potter series is good, I oh my god, 100 hours. Holy shit! You know what I mean?
100%. Well, that's what. Oh, okay. If we're gonna
Or
sidetrack
80
a little
hours,
bit,
something like that.
I would love for them to go back. I want the fucking Dark Days. I want to see Voldemort come up to fucking be who he is. You know?
That is so. I was kind of thinking about this. I haven't heard it really discussed much. Like, is it because here? I don't know. It's such a tough thing to walk between. Like, hey, you know what we've asked for years is like a dedicated adaptation to the books.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do that, we can't do something like that.
Right.
But I totally agree with you.
What I'm saying, like, is if this is successful enough
Okay.
for them to, like, okay, then we'll come back with,
Sure. Just build the world.
Yes.
And they obviously plan on doing that. And
well, like, build the world that's not fucking,
yeah.
Fantastic Beasts.
That was such a misstep. I like, it's kind of incredible.
Yeah.
The first one's great.
No, I love the first one. I really liked.
But then they said we don't want to keep. Like, all of a sudden it's about Dumbledore. Like, give Dumbledore his own thing. You know, I was already. I think I was saying this before. I don't remember if I said this on here, but it's like you were building Newt Scamander and you were building his world and you were doing a really good job, and then you kind of said, oh, well, he's going to kind of be actually this tertiary character to the rest of, like, yes, he's a main part, but he doesn't have to be Newt. He really doesn't. It doesn't have to be Newt Scamander.
Right.
You didn't. Yeah. Anyway, and I think that's the misstep is that they just didn't keep to the. Maybe that was the thing is they thought, oh crap, like we need to do more world building with the people, these younger versions of the people that these characters that people already want to see. Excuse me.
I guess that might have been the plan the whole time too, because like at the end of the movie, like is it Grindelwald is he's the fucking bad guy, and of course fucking Dumbledore.
I guess
duels
Dumbledore
him.
has to. Yeah, right.
They were lovers.
I guess it was all. You're right. You still could have.
I agree. I agree.
Presented
like,
it
that
in a
could have been
different
something,
way.
3 movies down the road, but instead,
or just the way you build to it is just more of an intimate story to what's going on with Newt instead of him, because I rewatched them recently and like the second one tries to do that by introducing his brother and stuff like that, but that could have been 20 minutes. That honestly, like, I didn't, because at the end it's supposed to be this very dramatic, like,
like a split, yeah.
where and he says, "I've chosen sides" or whatever. It's like, I don't know. It just wasn't developed in a way that like felt like and if they were going to do that, they just definitely didn't respect it with the third story. Like, so that's the thing. It just slowly and slowly got more watered down. Excuse me. And I don't know. I didn't like what they did with Queenie. And
100%.
And I really love the Jacob character.
Yeah.
But then you give him a fake wand, and now I'm conflicted.
Right.
Like you just
what?
you were doing a good job with these characters, and then you really made choices that. Like, I didn't feel conflicted with the Queenie part because we obviously know she's not gonna stay. Like, they're so wasteful. Like, oh, she's conflicted. Yeah, we know she's not gonna make this choice. Like, we know she's not gonna. Anyway, whatever. I don't.
Oh, it's a cliffhanger.
No, it's not. Like, this isn't Game of Thrones.
Right.
Like this is Harry Potter, and so which that is the interesting thing. I would love. I've said it before, and it does sound silly. Like, yeah, I do want adult stories told in that world because you can then play with dynamics like that. Whereas, like, you did a really great job of using the wholesome world of Harry Potter to present Jacob as, like, oh my god, like, look at this incredibly open, vulnerable, loving, brave, non-magic person.
Sure.
Like that's a really great character to have us fall in love with, especially in 2024 whenever he's not like, it's not like young Jude Law played him.
Right.
You know, it's like, no, you got the guy from Balls of Fury, you know, whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, with Christopher Walken.
Mm-hmm.
So just all great choices.
Yeah.
And then they just slowly, for whatever reason, just didn't stick to that quality of choices. And that's the Harry Potter rant for the week. Well, hopefully for the week. Shit. It's only Monday.
Oh, that's right. How far into Monday are we?
10 minutes.
Okay.
10 and a half minutes.
Like 11 and a half minutes.
Let's get some. Okay, so also on this day in 2002, Star Trek Nemesis is released. And yeah, the fun fact that, I mean, no one obviously recognized him at the time.
Right.
I wonder how many people. So Thomas Hardy. No, Tom Hardy. Thomas Hardy was a real guy too. Tom Hardy, was the Nemesis.
Yes, he was. He was the main villain.
And I remember him being like, I remember watching it as a kid, because I definitely went to the theaters to see this.
Sure.
Because that is the funny thing is my dad's the one who took me to movies.
Oh, yeah.
And like really got me into movies. And now he'd watch any movie and be like, Jew propaganda. Excuse me. That's what he would say. You know? Yeah, you know. He even had a problem with Boondock Saints, which is so funny because like it's just such
He had a problem with like watching Boondock Saints. Like,
well, no, he
the
put it
whole-
on.
Right.
You know.
Well, what was his problem with Boondock Saints?
That opening scene of like rule of thumb.
Oh yeah.
And the woman explaining, you know what rule of thumb
Right.
references to. He just immediately was like, "That's not true." It's like, did you put this movie on so you could say this right now? Like, what is going on? Like, no, and
jeez.
the answer is probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
You know, everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
is that part of the movie?
That's the one lesson I learned from that movie. Yeah, no, it's like what he says, I think, right after she explains.
You know, that guy's a good director. He's a bad writer. Because it's a writer director.
Yeah.
Great director, honestly. Like, because that's what I picked up when rewatching that with my dad. Like, that's what I was noticing. It was like very stylized, anticipatory filmmaking, and like the emotion of the scene, or the anticipation and the tension is in the filmmaking.
Troy Duffy, was that his name?
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's done anything else. I think he's.
I think he did like the sequel,
right,
and that was it.
Well, and I remember watching a YouTube video that explained that he's kind of a problem.
Yeah,
he's kind of he's just got a horrible attitude and he's a dick.
Was also in a rock and roll or a metal band, I think, also.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. I mean, just weird things that are sticking out in my brain.
No,
I stumbled upon when I was on a Wikipedia page of his at one point.
Yeah, right. I don't think because I've stumbled upon millions of Wikipedia pages. I just don't think that's one. But yes, it is funny how those random facts stick out in your brain. Okay, on this day in 2005, Brokeback Mountain premieres. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember like my dad or my mom, or I don't remember people really. I remember like hearing. I was 15. We were 15. So like you obviously, I remember jokes from kids or whatever.
Right.
And then maybe a couple. But it's just so funny that like, have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, it wasn't until after Heath Ledger passed away.
I don't
and
remember when
Daniel
I saw
Day-Lewis
it. Yeah.
Was describing like the end scene where he's like touching the jacket and like that moment. I was like, I need to watch that fucking movie. And I watched and I bought it the DVD because I worked at Best Buy at the time.
Nice.
And then it was just like, oh my god, it's a wonderful movie.
No, it really is. I don't remember when I watched it for the first time, but yeah, I remember watching it. And
it was like 2009, 2010ish.
Yeah, probably the same for me, I imagine. I didn't know Daniel Day-Lewis had made those comments.
Yeah.
So now I want to go find
I think
whatever.
it was like during his acceptance speech for
okay.
There Will Be Blood.
I'm sure I can just Google Daniel Day-Lewis, Heath Ledger, and it'll pop up. But yes, like I'm so blown away by that character, like his performance of that character. Every time I watch it,
Yeah.
like Jake Gyllenhaal's great,
Yep.
you know, and he plays that character fantastically as well. Like there's no question.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just like we're so used to seeing bombastic like characters or whatever, and then to see in contrast how just what a presence somehow Heath Ledger gives to that character. There's so much masculinity in that character, like traditional masculinity in that character, while it's a story about him being just gay as fuck. and it's a beautiful. No, it really is a beautiful story, beautiful movie.
Ang Lee directed. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably his best. Honestly,
Yeah.
I tried to watch more of his stuff, and it's great.
Hulk. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Woo!
Eric Bana.
That's probably what got him Hulk.
Well,
right?
I think Hulk was before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. So that's what got him Brokeback. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll let you do this. Well, Randy Quaid was pissed because, which, I mean, this is his own goddamn fault, but, like, I guess, like, he felt that they misled him into believing that this was, like, a very kind of, like, low-budget independent movie. Which it was one of those, like, kind of hybrid,
Sure. I mean, it definitely could have had a lower budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Then fucking Independence Day or whatever. Sure. But so he didn't get paid very much, and he was upset about that by the time, the movie just
Well, that's the thing.
blew
Once it
up
gets
and-
notoriety, like, nobody has control about.
Well, and no one knows if that's going to happen.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, you can do your best, but yeah, just because you cast every hot name, Michelle Williams and Anne Hathaway, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Linda Cardellini's even in that at the end.
Oh, that's right. She plays the daughter, right? No.
No, she's the girlfriend at the end.
Oh, but isn't?
Yeah, who is the daughter? Isn't she
Uh-huh.
somebody too? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I don't remember. I
Is she a
can't.
sister?
I can't see her face. What?
She a sister?
A sister? A black girl?
No. She
Is
has
she a sister?
No, she has a sister who's also
Is she a Deschanel?
not a Deschanel.
I don't know.
Uh,
Oh yeah, she's Amara.
that's right.
Right? It's
yeah.
it's not the
Rooney.
Rooney, it's
Yeah.
the Kate Mara. Yeah,
$14 million was the budget.
right. And here's the thing: it could have been extremely well received by critics, and still not done well in the box office. Like
Right.
that
No,
happens
like
all the
100
time.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Like, oh, this is just an Oscar contender.
exactly. Like anyway, Let's blow through
Yeah.
some birthdays.
Blow through them.
Born on this day, not dead. Margaret Hamilton. She was the Wicked Witch of the West. So resurgence of popularity again with the Wicked movies.
Wicked.
The wickedly talented Idina Menzel. You ever heard that John Travolta? No? Okay, I'll have to play it
No,
for you
but
later.
that sounds great. I can't wait.
Turning 71, John Malkovich, great actor.
Mhm.
If you get a chance to look up, probably on YouTube or something, True West with John Malkovich and Gary Sinise.
Oh, something else popped up with True West performance. I think it was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip
and-
Seymour Hoffman and John C. Reilly. They traded the roles, which later was done by Paul Dano and Ethan Hawke, and I haven't seen that
Oh,
one.
they would trade roles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Night to night they would trade roles. And then there's also a performance you can look up with Bruce.
Oh yeah,
Bruce
no,
Willis.
I've seen like bits of that, like where it is more portrayed like as a comedy.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to explore that again. Not that I'll ever get the chance to, but to really get inside that play again and find the true comedic moments, the dark comedic moments, and how to that would. I mean, it's such a complicated play when it comes down to that.
I remember
And-
whenever you directed it, or senior directs, and Lance Raglan came down. I was like, Wes, this is the funniest play I've ever seen.
But he
in my
wasn't
entire life."
wrong. That's the thing.
Sure,
He wasn't wrong.
sure.
And that's what I didn't understand. I'm glad I approached the way I did because you can't keep the comedy from coming out of it.
Sure.
That's the truth.
Sure, yeah.
And so I'm really upset that I presented that so strongly that the other teenagers who were the cast of that really took it hard.
Yeah.
And that was my fault. Because I think now with hindsight, it's just like, listen, we're going to play this as straight as we possibly can, but keep your mind open to the comedy and don't be upset.
Sure.
Like, because that's obviously a mistake. But when I was 18 years old, like, I don't care. I mean, I would love to talk to them and be like, hey, sorry about that, because this is actually what was going on.
Right.
But other than that, I really don't care, like, anymore at all. Because because it really, like I said, now it would just be, I would love to interact with that kind of thing
Yeah,
again.
no, for sure.
That would be a lot of fun.
For sure.
I don't know how I would go about doing that. Anyway, turning 90, Judi Dench, also in the James Bond
That's
films.
right.
Yes.
What a good birthday for her.
Yeah, 90. I don't know that she's been in the public eye as much recently. Maybe she did something. I don't know. I think she's healthy enough to enjoy her birthday today.
Yeah.
Turning 46, a man that I've met and actually gave a ride to in my shitty car, Jesse Metcalf. He is John Tucker from John Tucker Must Die. It's so funny, like whether it's working on reality TV
Mm-hmm.
or working on this this like short 10-minute faith-based film with Jesse Metcalf, people care so much more than I do.
Oh, sure.
I just could not care less, to be honest with you. You know what was fun is like I would bring my guitar in my car and he saw it.
Yeah.
And he was like, play me something. Because I guess that's what you do when you're... Because he was kind of a dick. Like,
Oh,
I'm not
was
going
he?
to...
Yeah.
He was like a nice enough dude or whatever,
Yeah.
but he definitely was like... He would challenge you. He would
Yeah.
challenge you. So really, he's saying like, this guy probably sucks. Play me something, you
Right.
know? And then I don't. And I play him an Elliott Smith song, and he's an Elliott Smith
Oh,
fan.
you don't. I see. Like I thought.
Right.
Oh, you don't play? No, you.
I don't suck. Yeah. And I played him Elliott Smith song, and he was into that, and that's whenever he stopped kind of being a little confrontational.
What song did you play?
Somebody that I used to know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, because that's an homage. There's 2 songs on that Gautier record or whatever that are the same names as Elliott Smith songs. So clearly he was going for an homage with somebody that I used to know. And now that I'm not so pissed about it, that song really is a banger.
Yeah.
Somebody
The Gautier song?
Yeah, whatever, however you say his name.
Yeah.
Somebody that I used to know.
Goatee.
I say Gautier for some reason.
I like his teeth.
I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing his teeth.
Yeah.
It's funny that I've seen him pop up on like YouTube suggestions recently, but
Oh,
I don't.
really?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're old videos or
Sure.
something. I don't know, but maybe it's because I listened to the Elliott Smith, somebody that I used to know on YouTube or
Oh,
something.
sure. Yeah, it falls into an algorithm.
Exactly.
Something.
Let's see. Turning 83, Beau Bridges. He's been in plenty of stuff, and obviously one of the Bridges brothers. I'm sorry, the only Bridges
Right,
brother.
right.
I was thinking of the Murrays for some reason.
Well, I always roped in Nash Bridges, the show.
Oh,
with the
right.
bro-
Okay,
with the
great. Yeah,
Bridges
right.
Bros.
And then I think their dad was an actor as well. I really don't know. Yeah, Born on This Day Now Dead. Kirk Douglas. We got 10 seconds.
Okay.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, guys.
Spartacus.
Go watch Brokeback Mountain.
Oh yeah.